Very good morning. In our previous videos, we had talked about the Rankine cycle, that is the Rankine cycle and Rankine cycle analysis. We also try to know some important points regarding the Rankine cycle, as well as the Carnot cycle. Also, we also learned some tidbits of the Carnot cycle and Rankine cycle and their basic diagrams. PVDS diagrams and the basic layout of the steam power plant. Now, what is the focus of our study? The focus of our study is the boiler. I also described it in previous video that we have to deal with the steam generators. Now, when we deal with the steam generators, a very integral component of the steam generators is the steam boiler. Steam boilers. Now boilers are of now what is a boiler? As the name suggests, boiler is any apparatus which in which water is converted to steam. This is the feed water. I should say more precisely, it is a feed water, and it is converted to steam. And which type of steam? We have the superheated steam. It would be better to call that it is an apparatus. The input to the boiler is the feed water, and the output is the superheated steam or the saturated steam, to be more precise. Now we have basically two types of boilers. One is the boilers. I am trying to classify it. This is the water tube boiler, and this is the fire tube boiler. Second one is the fire tube. Now, what is the basis of this classification? The basis of this classification would be clear when we first know that water in the boiler, the feed water inside the boiler, is not present in the form like water is present in a vessel. Suppose this is the vessel. Some of us may assume initially that water is present like this, that this is some vessel, just like pressure cooker, and this is a this water is kept inside it as we fill as it is filled in some vessel, in some pressure vessel like pressure cooker. We can assume it to be a pressure cooker. Now, the concept or the idea or the principle of a boiler may be similar but not the same as that of a pressure cooker. However, the state on the mode or the state in which water is kept in the pressure cooker is not the same as it is kept in the boiler. The actually one thing I would like to highlight, that the pressure cooker represents a situation which is very much similar also to that of a boiler, and it is dissimilar also. Similarity and dissimilarity both exist. So first I would like to highlight upon the dissimilarity. Now dissimilarity is that the water is present in a boiler, in the inside the pressure cooker, or in any other vessel in this form. This is water, this is the vessel, we are heating it from below. Similar is the case with the pressure cooker also. The only difference is that we are keeping a cover over this, and the pressure is allowed to build inside this vessel. That is why we call it a pressure vessel. And while in the case of boiler, water is present in the water is present inside the tubes. Water flows inside tubes instead of being present like this, complete water present inside a vessel. Water is present in the tubes. Now, on the basis of this, when we have first known this, we would be now we have to know that suppose this is one tube and there is water inside this tube. Water is there in the tube, and if flue gases or fire is there, flue gases are there. Now I'm going to highlight it with the different color. You can see. I shall take a green one. This green one, these green dots depict the flue gases. These are the flue gases. These are the flue gases, and the flue gases are present outside the tube. Inside the tube there is water. Outside the tube there are flue gases. Then this type of condition, if it is present in any pressure vessel, then it is called as the water tube boiler. Water tube simply means that inside the tube there is water. And what is outside the tube then? Outside the tube there are flue gases. Now the basic question arises, what are flue gases? Flue gases are the gases which are present, which are formed or which are produced when the coal or when the fuel is burnt, and the fuel here is the coal. Burning of fuel or the combustion of fuel produces the flue gases. And what is the fuel here? Fuel is coal. Fuel here is coal. It may be in the pulverized form. Pulverized form. What is pulverized form? Pulverized form is very powdered form. Powdered form of coal is called as pulverized form. Powdered form of coal is called as the pulverized form of coal. And why we the question is why we want that the coal should be in pulverized form? Because if the coal is in pulverized form, then it would be easier for us to burn the coal. The burning efficiency will be greater in the if the coal is in pulverized form. So what is the now what are the if coal is burnt, what is produced? So if coal is burnt, the composition of coal consists of carbon. Coal has a lot of carbon in a given range, depending upon which type of coal it is. Carbon, sulfur, phosphorus, and some moisture also. So depending upon the composition of the coal, the flue gases. See, when the coal is burnt, now the flue gases will be produced. Now flue gases, FLUE, flue gases. Flue gases will, the composition of the flue gases will be CO2 plus CO plus SO2. SO2 will be produced because of sulfur, presence of sulfur, SO2, SO3 also, and NOx compounds also. Why NOx is present? Because the temperature inside the boiler is comparatively high, and since air is used for burning, air used for combustion of the coal, then NOx is produced. And other, since moisture is also there, then what will form? Moisture. It will give rise to other gases also, some other gases. Now these are the main constituents of the flue gases, and CO, CO2, SO2, NOx. These compounds are there. Now when the flue gases are there, what is the important characteristic? These flue gases carry a lot of heat. And this concept is important from our purpose, from our point of view of interest. They carry a lot of heat. Lot of heat they carry. Now this is one thing which we have talked about, and now when we are going to discuss, now we have known very well that this is the tube, and this is this tube has water inside it, and when flue gases, now these are the flue gases, they are outside, then such condition is water tube boiler, because water is present inside the tube. Now we talk of the reverse condition, that now we have a tube and water is there outside the tube. Now this is water, and flue gases are present in, and the flue gases flow inside the tubes. Now such type of condition, if it is present, then these things are called as the water tube boiler, sorry, fire tube boiler. Mean fire is present inside the tube, fire tube boiler. Now since time is almost over, we would be discussing the rest of the things in